Well, as the end of the year wraps up, many people will start preparing to pay their taxes for 2019. While many might be preparing, there are still over 15,000 Missourians waiting on their state income tax refund from 2018. Our Madison Heaver reports it's been 6 months since the DOR's June 1st deadline to get Missourians that filed their tax returns on time the refunds.
We are closer to the next tax season than we are to the previous one. Overall, more than 3,000 taxpayers have contacted my office trying to get help.
That's people trying to get money they're owed from the government.
Let's not forget that this is their own money. This is their own money that they are due back from the government, and that's why this is so unacceptable.
When the DOR is late to issue people their refunds, it's required to pay interest on that money. In the past few years, the DOR has paid over $300,000 to $450,000 each year. As of November 21st, the DOR owes over $1.5 million in interest on those tax refunds. That's almost 4 times as much money as they've paid in years past. But guess who pays that money? Taxpayers.
As refunds continue to be delayed from last year, interest continues to accumulate, and every taxpayer is then going to have to foot the bill for these late refunds.
Some taxpayers say they can't get a straight answer out of the DOR.
Many folks can't get answers, or they get a different answer every time they call, and I want to know about it. The state, the government, is working for these taxpayers, not the other way around. So it's very frustrating when taxpayers just can't get basic answers out of the Department of Revenue on their refund.
But what will happen when tax season comes next year? Will Missourians trust the DOR to get them their refund?
We're going to see what happens this year. We are closer to the next tax season than we are to the previous one. Overall, more than 3,000 taxpayers have contacted my office trying to get help.
That's people trying to get money they're owed from the government.
Let's not forget that this is their own money. This is their own money that they are due back from the government, and that's why this is so unacceptable.
When the DOR is late to issue people their refunds, it's required to pay interest on that money. In the past few years, the DOR has paid over $300,000 to $450,000 each year. As of November 21st, the DOR owes over $1.5 million in interest on those tax refunds. That's almost 4 times as much money as they've paid in years past. But guess who pays that money? Taxpayers.
As refunds continue to be delayed from last year, interest continues to accumulate, and every taxpayer is then going to have to foot the bill for these late refunds.
Some taxpayers say they can't get a straight answer out of the DOR.
Many folks can't get answers, or they get a different answer every time they call, and I want to know about it. The state, the government, is working for these taxpayers, not the other way around. So it's very frustrating when taxpayers just can't get basic answers out of the Department of Revenue on their refund.
But what will happen when tax season comes next year? Will Missourians trust the DOR to get them their refund?
We're going to see what happens this year.
Well, our Madison Heaver joins us now in the studio to talk a little bit more about this story. It's hard to believe 15,000 people are still waiting for their refunds here in the state of Missouri, and I know that you spoke to quite a few of those people on the phone, and a lot of them messaged in posts on our Facebook page as well. What were some of their thoughts? They have to be frustrated by this.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that commented on our Facebook page saying that they haven't received their refund and saying that they've tried to contact the DOR to get answers out of them, and they're all very, like you said, frustrated. But they still don't know what's going to come out of it. They still don't know if they're going to receive their refund. And a lot of the people that I talked to, I got emails, I talked with people on the phone, they just didn't want to go on camera and talk about it, which is unfortunate because you don't actually get to get that interaction and see that person and their struggles with it. But it is interesting that, like you said, over 15,000 refunds haven't been issued yet, and a lot of people are really frustrated by that.
Sure, and we have to be, what, close to 8 months past the tax deadline here in the state of Missouri, and we're getting close to yet another tax year. Did anyone that you spoke to talk about what they might do if they don't get that refund before they file again for the next year?
Yeah, so one woman I spoke to on the phone, she said to me that she kind of lost some trust in the government to give her her money. And so, as we were talking, she was saying, I don't know if I want to file my taxes for next year because I don't trust them to give me my refund for this past year. And that makes sense. I mean, if you're really frustrated by the government not giving you the money that you're owed, it is your money. It's not the government's money. They're supposed to give that back to you and pay the interest on that. Then, you're super frustrated. And I can see why people may think, why would I even bother, filing my taxes next year because of that?
Definitely, and interest is one of those things that you hit on. Every year the state does pay some interest on these returns, usually in the ballpark, like you showed in your story, $300,000 to a little more than $450,000. But this year is almost 4 times that much money, and it could still be going up. Any reason why this year there's been such a delay in those refunds coming to taxpayers here in the state?
Yeah, the DOR, just like for taxpayers, it was hard for me to get in contact with. I had been talking with their media contact for a few days, and then she stopped talking to me. And then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to send a sunshine request and get that information myself. Like I said, it's almost 4 times as much this year as in the past. And when I did talk with that media contact, when I asked why, she said it's because of a system switchover. And she didn't actually say that. She told me to refer to a statement that she sent me in June, which is 6 months ago, which is kind of, shocking that they don't really want to talk about it right now.
Definitely.